Welcome back to Once Upon a Time in Gaming. We'll be reviewing my pick of the week, which is Max Payne, which could have been played on the PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. Overall, before we even get started on the reviews, Jared, I want you, if you can, when you think of Max Payne, what's the first thing you think of? Like, what sound? What is something that just comes from your bowels? Please make the noise for me.
I am not going to do that.
Come on.
I'm going to leave it for Bradley to do that.
If you do the noise, he'll wear the hat.
No, we haven't.
No, that's a perfect trade.
The hat in a minute.
Perfect trade-off.
You talking about the one bad guy that just goes, Payne?
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, come on, Jared.
No, it's your
No, it's
thing.
fine. All right, Brad did it, but basically that's one of my iconic moments that I think about with
Payne.
There we go. There we go.
Wow.
I never even heard it.
All right. There's also a matter at hand before we get into the review of the video. Is Rich, where are we at in regards to the wicker hat?
So the wicker hat, we needed 15 likes, 5 votes for the wicker hat.
We're
So if
aiming really high now. aren't
if
we?
you don't
Starting
know
point.
the wicker hat, watch the previous video where we did an unboxing, and it's a very ugly green wicker hat. We're trying to get David to wear this.
Yeah.
So if you could go back to that previous video, hit the like button. I think we're at like a 10 or 11, 12, something like that.
We're close
and
to
we're only
15.
like 2 votes away for hat. We've
Yeah.
had a lot of no hats because
So
David's been petitioning not to wear the hat.
Can you tell me one that didn't vote for the hat that comes up top of your head, maybe that you saw? In there?
I off the top of my head, I don't know. Ellie? Did
Yeah,
she
I
vote?
think it was Ellie.
She was a no hat,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you know, she said she likes your hair. So
Okay.
there you go. Anyways, we'll move on.
Yeah. And there's a poll also on Instagram, right?
There was. I think that only lasts.
it's
It was
just
on
for
my
the story.
story, so
Okay.
it's gone. But
Okay.
that was a 5-5.
I don't
So
even know.
Oh,
Who's
broke
But
even.
someone called him a coward, too. I was like, oh,
Who was that?
That's a
It
bit.
was Dean, right?
Oh,
yeah,
you're Dean,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, good old Dean.
Yeah, you can tell him I said hi. But now back to Max Payne. I think I do want to get into an overall intro, or at least what the game was about. Does anyone want to take the floor on what the game was about, as far as how you got into it, what the storyline was?
You mean like a synopsis?
I think you should be
You want me to- I think you
synopsis,
should do it.
Dave.
Okay, synopsis safe. That's fine. But overall, I mean, Max Payne essentially is about a New York detective, or I guess he was a cop initially, who's about to go home to his family. He's a very family-oriented guy. He loved his wife. He got there, and things were amiss. Essentially, he saw weird markings on the wall, blood, phones ringing with a mysterious caller who really gave no information. Max Payne goes upstairs, finds his daughter, a little baby, dead on the floor, walks in and sees 3 junkies essentially killing his wife. That sets him down a path where he works undercover with like a crime, not a crime boss, but essentially with a crime syndicate. And then he gets framed for murder with another cop, and then he starts going on a killing spree, all essentially to try to figure out why his wife was killed, who was a part of that, and he's basically take it out with prejudice. So it's kind of puts you into the game at that point.
And why did you pick that game for this episode?
Oh, well, essentially, so Thanksgiving is, we'll call it the season of giving, I guess. And in this case, my section would be more of the season of giving. I think you mentioned it, pain.
Payne.
Yeah, thank you. But I chose it mainly because going into Thanksgiving, he was a family guy. Now, it's not only about that. It's really a shoot 'em up kind of game, but because he was family oriented and it was kind of coming from our Halloween themed games, it has some dark undertones. So I thought it was a nice transition game.
Nice.
No, God, no, please, Michelle. Oh, baby. No!
That was 3 years ago. Everything ripped apart in a New York minute. The killer junkies had been high on a previously unknown designer drug, Valkyr, V. After the funeral, I told Alex I'd be transferring to the...
Now, since we're already done with the intro as far as how the game started, I want Jared to kind of go over how you felt about maybe the sound, whether it be the sound effects or the music overall.
So I'm hands down best voice actor voice in gaming history.
Yeah?
The Max Payne voice. That
Okay.
guy is phenomenal. Yeah, you like that word? His voice is outstanding. The sound effects, like the guys, they all die, all sound the same. That's fine, but it's But it was what, early 2000s, probably. A little understandable, but
2001
the
too.
music,
Yeah.
the main piano theme, amazing.
Like the intro
Yeah.
and then throughout the game?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's amazing.
yeah.
Whoa. Well, you think of something better or what?
No, I just said it's good. You said
okay.
it's amazing. I'm like, okay.
No, it's amazing. But going back to the voice actor, I don't know who this guy is or if he's done anything else besides Max Payne, but amazing. Just he gets you in the mood like you just want to kick some ass, you know?
Which is the point of the game, yeah.
He's not a happy guy, you know? He goes to the DEA afterwards and then gets framed for killing his partner, I guess.
Alex, I think.
Yeah,
it
he
was,
gets shot and then he just goes on a killing spree. He doesn't even give two shits anymore. He's like, whatever, I'm just gonna light everybody up and just move on. Now I didn't get to the syndicate part. I think you said it was like some Russian guy or something he gets with.
Well, there's a Russian mobster.
That's what you're talking
Vladimir,
about, though, right?
But there's later on you get to like I call it the Illuminati, but I forget what it's called. But like they basically like run the show of what goes on in the city. So
I think it controls really well too. The bullet time.
So getting back to the sound though, you mentioned that you like the songs
Yeah.
or the whatever
Yeah.
you like the song, and then you like the voice acting. One thing that I noticed
one thing.
about the sound was the when you're running the clickety clickety clickety,
Yeah.
or you're in the water, just swish 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 swish, or the ping 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 whenever you're running on something. It was
the train? Yeah.
annoying. Like
Yeah.
it was too much.
Over the top, yeah.
On the sound side. But the voice acting and the sound, the song was great. But man, that clickety clack and stuff over the top. It didn't need to be there.
No clickety clap.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, but okay.
No,
It's
when you
my
watch-
opinion. That's fine.
It's when he
No,
was
yeah.
running and he's just running on the ground or whatever, and you just hear
Or
it
when
was
you
just
grab the
annoying.
painkillers, the noise it makes.
That was dope.
Yeah.
I liked that one.
Can you?
That one was cool.
Can you give us what he's?
painkillers?
Okay, not even close, but okay.
Yeah, that was bad.
That was,
The
And,
best I could do. I
appreciate
could
you
do a
trying.
Mario,
but I just think it controls good. Even- it's
Well,
really
whoa,
easy.
we're ahead of ourselves on the
Oh, I'm
controls there.
just throwing it out
I
there. Right?
appreciate that. Did you get a chance to hit the water cooler?
I did not. I went in there and turned the sink on. I did that.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Well, no, I mean, it's not. I wish it was, but it's the same as the steps. So basically, hit the water cooler, and it's just like an overabundance of sound that makes no sense with the actual water cooler because it should be really quiet, and it's just probably the loudest sound effect they could
How
find.
many,
so.
how many times did you pause it and watch it just scroll around his face? Because he has a weird looking face. How many times have you done that?
Hello.
I know you did.
Oh, yeah.
I
I
figured
spent a
you
lot
did.
of time in the game. So
Yeah.
actually, that brings me to something I wanted to ask you earlier: is how much time did you play the game?
Probably about 4 hours.
Okay, it's a good amount.
But it was an issue with getting the game going and all that stuff. So
Okay.
didn't get into it right away.
the issue was he has the game,
Mm-hmm.
but when he went to open the case, there was no disc.
I don't know what
So then he
happened. I looked for it.
Do you think it's in one of your 2,000 other games?
No,
in
I
here?
was. It was like either do that or play the PS2 version. But come on, what am I, an animal? I'm not gonna play PlayStation 2.
Oh,
Jeez, every week.
shots fired.
I'm playing an
I
Xbox. Come
I
on.
also want to say that's a great shirt. Where'd you
like
get that from?
Some online place. I
Yeah?
don't even know. Yeah.
Oh.
It says 20th anniversary.
It matches your beret too.
Oh, you like that?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
You got to get a hat, your wicker hat, and a shirt to match.
It's
it.
not made of
You're
wicker.
pushing it too hard. All right, so we kind of went over sound. Anything you want to add to that, Red?
Sound, I would say his voice acting, Jared's
Uh.
right. He does have like the perfect amount of like rasp to his voice.
Almost gave me a heart attack. I nearly shot you.
Alex, we're glad to see you.
What the hell's going on? There are more corpses here than at the city morgue.
It's an armed robbery, a tunnel job straight to the Roscoe Bank vault through the old state. This is Lupino's gig?
This is Lupino's doing? Lupino's men? Really?
You sure know how to pick a place. Can you get through?
No, it's locked. We gotta get out of here. If it's Lupino, it's...
Alex?
Alex!
There was nothing I could do. He was dead. I could tell by the empty, accusing stare of his eyes.
Well, I can't really do it, but I think that was better than Richard. But it's like, I don't know, it feels really noir, where it's like those old film movies and stuff.
Dark film, yeah.
Yeah, where it's like Jared said, it gets you right in the mood. Or Beret, Jared said.
Yeah, unlike a couple of the last games that we've talked about, this one started hot and immediately got you into the action. And I think part of that was his narration of the game. So
It's like he just, he smokes like 6 packs a day.
Oh, yeah.
Cool King box or something. There's like 6 of those bad boys.
No, he's smoking Turkish Royals or something.
Now, storytelling. You mentioned he leads the whole game through his voice. How did you like the storytelling compared to maybe a normal game you play as far as a shoot 'em up?
So it kind of breaks like the fourth wall, right? Where it's like you feel like he's talking directly to you because the story, a lot of it is told through like comics.
In his press conference today, the mayor stated that Valkyr represents a clear danger to New York and called for drastic actions to eliminate the problem. On today's top story, the Valkyr crisis worsens with the murder of DEA Special Agent Alex Balder. Special Agent Balder had been shot repeatedly from a point-blank range. The gunman has been identified as Max Payne. The noose is sure to tighten around this fugitive criminal as more NYPD units join the search to apprehend him.
I had just gotten my 15 minutes of fame.
Like a graphic novel kind
yeah,
of flip
I
in the
thought
page.
that was pretty cool how it does that. Yeah, I think like the storytelling, it kind of reminds me of, and obviously it's made by Remedy, the same people who made Alan Wake later on, where like the storytelling was the same, where it's almost like even though you're experiencing it, you'll come across something that then tells you like what you kind of just did, and then also like, oh, here come the bad guys or something. He doesn't say here come the bad guys, but oh, they're in the next room. And then you go into the next room and like you hear the conversation before you go through the doorway. It just felt like you were really in
The whole environment.
You felt like you were really Max. Like there's no other way of describing it. So I think the storytelling was perfect. It was phenomenal.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Is that Jim Rome?
No, I just said
No,
earlier.
he said
You know,
so
see,
Bridget.
he's not paying attention this time.
I zoned out the whole time.
But yeah, I don't know if Rich Tendo, you want to add anything in regards to storytelling?
I really don't have anything to add to it. I thoroughly enjoyed the storytelling aspect and the comic throughout the whole story, and I liked, at least not to brag or whatever, it's not bragging, but playing it on the Series X with no load times
That was
and the
beautiful.
quick load times kind of kept the story flowing.
Yep.
I remember the load times being much longer back in the day. Maybe I'm just crazy and trying to make it up, but I think that kept the story flowing, and it felt a lot more. It felt better because of that.
How often did you use quick save when you play?
Not
often.
not at all. No. So
kind of per
to
level.
be completely transparent, I played for about 3 hours in one sitting, and then didn't go back because I was playing some other stuff and some other things going on. So I didn't need to do a lot of that, and I didn't die very often. But I also played on the easiest,
On like
whatever that was
fugitive level, I
called,
think. Yeah.
something like that, super easy. So
Okay.
I played on the same difficulty, so don't feel bad.
Whatever.
You did
the
too, huh?
Standard.
Oh yeah, I
one
played
is,
on fugitive.
Yeah. It didn't seem very hard.
Well, because in the game they have obviously fugitive, they have hard boiled, which is hard, and then 2 more sections where you can kind of open up once
Unlock
you beat
'em.
the game or unlock.
Yeah.
There we go. I think New York Minute
Something like that.
and
There's one I remember trying to play it, and you get shot like once and you're dead. And I'm like, oh, that's more
probably
realistic, but
the
that's not what I'm here
hard-boiled.
for.
But I did play when I unlocked because I did beat the easy version, so I unlocked the not hard boiled, but the New York Minute, and just to kind of see how it is. The 2 modes, dead on arrival, basically you can quick save only like 4 times per level, and then New York Minute, it's just basically to finish it like a time trial. So I mean, it definitely adds. I mean, more things to do, but it's once you're done, you're kind of
And
you're
there's
done with the game.
very little painkillers when you play those game modes. There's like, you know how you've.
Well, what's the painkiller for?
Well, the painkiller is like how you kill the pain that he's been like. So if you have like a little gauge in the bottom left of your screen, and as it fills up red, meaning like I guess your blood, it's like you're boiling over in blood or something. Once that gets to the top, you're dead. So you take painkillers, makes the painkiller sound, which sounds like
painkillers.
No, the sound.
the
of
sound of.
That's not what they meant.
Either way, the first time he grabs the painkillers and he says that, I was like,
That'll ease the pain for a bit
Yeah.
or something like that.
I think mine was better than that.
Do it.
We got to get a
Come
vote
on, do it right
in
now.
the question.
Do it right now.
I will go painkillers to painkillers. Painkillers.
Okay.
Painkillers.
Right here.
Yeah, that was better.
That's pretty good.
The pills would hold the pain back for a while.
But yeah, anyways, the painkillers it's basically like health. It's like health packs. I know you know that, but you're asking for the audience. I like that.
Now, I do want to pivot, Richard, to controls. Now, I know you played a couple hours, but how did you feel the controls kind of worked as far as an older game?
So what I hated was it started with the what do they call it, inverted.
Inverted,
I
yeah.
hated that the game started that way, and it didn't really explain to me how to change it. Usually, usually I feel like you like when you're playing Halo, right? It says, "Hey, I just booted you up. Look up," and then whatever you do, the game. Maybe that was a thing they did after.
Yeah, it
after
syncs
that.
to what you normally would press.
So
basically.
when I first started playing, I was like diving and stuff, and I was pushing up, and while I was trying to aim and shoot a guy up, I was actually looking at the ground, and then it went into slow motion or whatever. So originally I hated it. I was very upset, and then I ended up after a level hitting the start button and fixing it, and then
after you texted me,
and then it was here's where I was confused because I was hitting these I don't even know what you call it on the new Xbox remotes, but there's one button and then another
start select, but
start and select. So I was hitting select, and it was only taking me to like a menu screen,
Like
but not
save.
the menu screen. Yeah, which was odd, right? Two different start and
Two
select buttons to
different-
take you to different screens to do different things. That was a little odd. I'm
one's
not gonna
in-game
lie.
menu, one's basically back to the home
But
screen,
I
essentially.
think one is a menu, and the other one's a share button, isn't it?
That's something, different.
Two
But
little buttons, right?
it didn't. To me, that didn't make sense because when I first hit the select button, we'll call it select. I thought, okay, I can't change it. I just have to play like this, and then I needed to hit the other button. But either way, once I fixed that, it controlled fine.
Okay.
A little wonky on how I was selecting different guns. I think I needed
With
to
the
push
D-pad,
up or whatever, and then I needed to move over. So sometimes I ended one level just to mess around. I ended it with a crowbar. And when I went to the next level, it started off hot, or the next cutscene, and those two brothers, they came running out of the room trying to shoot me, and I was trying to club them with a crowbar because I didn't realize. So then I had to quick change to another weapon and to push up and then get to the weapons took some time. So I died.
Okay.
Until the next time that I put it in slow motion mode, which I think we probably should get into, whatever they call that.
What do you mean by slow motion mode? You said it a couple times.
What do they call it? Bullet time?
Bullet time.
Bullet time. There's a way where you can slow down time to kill more baddies. And I didn't use it very often because again I was playing on easy and there wasn't too many guys.
Yeah.
And I didn't need it, but when I did need it, I hit that button. Don't remember what button was B.
The trigger.
X, trigger.
Left trigger.
And then it slowed down time. You have a little meter on the bottom. It looked like a hourglass, I think, and it slowed it down. And then I was just capping some fools, and then
Some baddies.
And when it ended, there you go. I was back to full speed.
Okay.
But control-wise, there were some things I didn't love, but with the time frame, I feel like it fit fairly well.
Now, did anyone feel when you move left to right, it felt a little stiff?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
His
I was
jump
thought
is
it
a
was
little awkward too when you
Well,
with
the
his
sounding,
X, with X
yeah.
to jump. He just makes a weird. Yeah, it makes a weird noise. It's weird. Yeah, I didn't really understand that. I was like, that's kind of an odd jump.
Yeah.
And you have to turn off auto aim or like aim assist
Yeah,
because
it's aim
that's
assist.
like you'll be trying to like look to the right to hit a guy and then it like goes faster than you wanted. So then you just pull off of him. So you got to turn that off as well.
I would argue though that because it's so stiff with the left to right movement, that almost aim assist is almost beneficial to you because it's if you move as fast as you actually want to, if you hold the right analog, it's almost too fast. So you kind of have no in between slow and fast. So
I didn't turn off the auto, but but I noticed what you're talking about because it happened multiple
I
times.
didn't notice that. That was just good. I didn't know. I thought it was just amazing. I was like, man, I haven't played this in a while, but I'm still good.
nailed it.
The auto aim was pretty strong in that, but the sensitivity was like really weird. But it's an older game, so needed some fine tuning, which they probably did in Max Payne 2. Don't know.
Maybe.
So
Now, anyone here have any favorite parts of the game, whether it be like a special feature that they added, a specific scene? Let's start with Jared. Anything you think of that you just really liked in the couple hours that you played?
I like the fact that if you don't do anything, you'll just hear them talking, having conversations.
Like the baddies?
Yeah, the baddies.
Okay.
You're like, oh, there's somebody's playing Hero upstairs, and you can just listen to them talk, and then you just go out and just blast them.
Wasn't Jake supposed to take care of this? He and Mickey are having too much fun taking care of the cop up there. Oh, well, what's the plan? Simple. Gun down every mother-loving bastard that gets off the train. Sweet. Didn't the train go already? No idea. But damn!
That's probably the favorite part.
I think the guy with his pants down, I burned him with a Molotov and he was screaming.
Was the guy with his pants down talking to the girl?
Yeah.
Wasn't that Rico Muerte?
It was one
Yeah,
of the
no,
bosses.
yeah, I think it was
Pretty
Rico
sure it was Rico.
Muerte. Yeah,
Because that was my favorite part. That's what I remember.
Because I remember the first time we would play this. I remember Jared was playing, and then he goes into a room, and this guy like would seem like forever ago. You already killed Rico Muerte, and the guy goes Rico Muerte, and Jared's like, I killed that guy like days ago. I'm like, no, it's supposed to be the same night.
Yeah.
So, like he doesn't know he's dead yet.
Yeah.
So, but it is cool the way like you're right. If you like hide around a corner, they're just like, better not come down here. We're gonna blast them, and then immediately they see him like, oh, Payne, and then they die.
Yeah, my favorite part was just the comic strip. I thought that was a really cool way to convey the story.
Except for Baseball Bat Boy.
Yeah, Captain
I
Baseball.
don't like
That was
well,
kind of weird.
a little spoiler: Captain Baseball Bat Boy plays more of a prominent role in the second one.
Yeah, he's just like billboards in this one.
No, yeah, and is it Vinny Cogniti? I think his name is.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, him and Captain Baseball, they have.
I mean,
something together.
I
didn't
didn't
get
know
that
about
far. Yeah.
all that, but I liked the storytelling and the way they, like you said, it felt like you were in a movie, but then when it would cut to the game and you're playing the game, I felt like a badass, to be honest with you.
Well, I thought I was, and apparently there's auto aim, so I guess I wasn't a badass.
Yeah, and just I mean I can't harp on enough that this game obviously was made by Remedy, who later went on to make games like what is it? Is it Control or
Yeah,
obviously they made
Control.
Alan Wake and then like the new Alan Wake or whatever, like the remake or whatever. They just make good games. So if you see a game they make, pick it up because they clearly care about their games.
They really like, yeah.
Because this game's early, and like you look at it, and it's like, don't get me wrong, his face looks kind of weird.
Well, it's stuck in one expression,
Yeah.
right? But it's
And
nice.
but
It's
just
one
like
expression.
the voice acting and the way everything was put together, and like you legitimately feel you don't feel bad for like murdering all these people because you're like, no, they murdered my kid,
Yeah.
who was like 6 months old, and my wife, who didn't look like she took that much damage, but she was dead. And then no.
But I thought it was a little weird how you go in there and the cradle's knocked over and the baby's clearly just laying there and you just run by it. It's
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't you first thing you do is
Did
go
you
like,
run? I didn't run. I stood there.
No, but he
actually
doesn't. There's no
devastated, yeah.
action to it. Like you don't.
Yeah,
there's no
yeah.
action, but like he gets sad or nothing. You just run and see your wife just laying on the bed with a bloody shirt. I guess.
Yeah. Well, and then actually, I do have one gripe. Can I talk about
Yeah,
a
yeah.
gripe?
Go ahead.
The darkness was ridiculous, and my monitor was set on like high brightness in that first area. Like, don't get me wrong, I know it was probably because I was playing on a monitor and not playing like on a CRT or something. It was just so dark, I had to raise the brightness so high to find the shotgun when because there's a shotgun in one of the closets
Yeah, yeah.
when you first play the very beginning, and then like some of the subways, I'm like, I can't see anything.
All right.
It was
I
just
didn't have that problem.
I had that
Extremely
problem.
dark.
I didn't even know there was a shotgun in the beginning.
Well,
Must have ran right
my,
by.
whole, my whole point
If
being
you
is
open
like,
up one of the cupboards,
Yeah,
I think.
that's
isn't
when
it?
guns blaze with a handgun.
I'm playing on a monitor, so it's like, okay, maybe it's my monitor that's like the brightness or whatever is off, or maybe it was like HDR settings or something, but why is there not a brightness in the settings of the game? There's no gamma settings at all.
Okay.
The same thing like how you mentioned you had to push start, which was like save, but then select was brightness, or there was no brightness, but select was like inverted or auto aim. I'm like, why aren't those in the same? I don't know.
But why
Yeah,
would it
minor,
start?
fair.
Why
Minor,
would
minor,
it?
yeah.
But why would it start in inverted? I had the same issue when I turned on Morrowind. It did the
PC.
same crap.
Because I did tutorial first, because I like to see the
Oh,
other
there's tutorial?
features.
Well, I
Yeah,
don't pay
tutorial
attention to
basically
it.
just shows you the
I just
run
jumped
through,
right in.
and it didn't let you change it until after I left. So I was trying to run that whole tutorial doing opposite of what I'm comfortable with.
I'm
So it's
always
very, very weird.
I'm always afraid that I'm going to get used to it, and then I'm going to have to change every other game.
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I agree.
What was go,
I got a couple things you didn't mention.
yeah,
Oh,
we'll
we'll
get
get
to
to
it.
in a second,
What was your favorite spot?
Oddly enough, so there's a part when you're walking through the apartment complex, and you kill a couple bad guys or baddies, and the TV's on, and it's literally, I wrote it down, it's like my lord and my lady, and it's just these two people, and you see their faces, and
Yep.
they're literally just keep repeating, my lord, my lady, my lord, my lady, and I sit there and watch the rest of the episode. And it was it 12 seconds, 15 seconds, and sorry to ruin spoiler, the hook or the end of it was she ended up being his long lost sister.
Cannot be, this must not be.
But why, my love, why?
My lord, it is too dreadful. Do not force me to speak the words.
My lady, I beg of you, I must know. I would rather die than not know.
Yes, my lord, we should both be dead, for this shame is too great for the living. My lord, I am your long-lost sister.
Like these two are clearly like into each other, and it's a very kind of creepy way to
Well,
end
that's
that.
another Alan Wake kind of thing, because in Alan
Yeah.
Wake they have the TVs
Like a
of like, it's
Twilight
like
Zone,
Twilight
yeah.
Zones,
Yeah.
yeah. So they like their TVs.
But now we have a segment, right, that we just started doing with producer Rich. What do we call that?
Yeah, are we ready for him? Want
I
to go
think
to
we're
him?
ready, yeah.
Let's jump into
Well,
that.
I just wanted to mention a couple other things, but I can wait on those.
No,
Yeah,
let's get to it.
let's hit him with. So last week we started
something
something and
new.
we gave it 15 seconds. So I think we're calling it what do we call it?
15 seconds of fame.
15 seconds with producer
yeah.
Rich. We'll call it
Something
something.
like
We
that.
don't know. If you have an idea, throw it in the comments. But this is where we give him 15 seconds to go over something that maybe we didn't go over, something we missed, because he does a lot of research for these, and we don't throw to him too often.
Yeah.
So last week, I feel like he did good.
He did really good.
So this
for a
week,
first time. Yeah.
we've all agreed we're going to give you more time.
Oh.
Okay. So how much time we
So
get?
wait, how do we call it 15 seconds so we get more time?
Then
We'll change it?
This week it's going to be 16
Around
seconds.
15 seconds.
16
We'll call it around 15
seconds. He
seconds.
gets
yeah.
one more second. So it should be 16 seconds of fame or shame. That's stupid. We'll
Yeah,
scrap
we'll,
that.
we'll figure something out.
Cut
But
that
so
out.
are you ready?
I'll edit that out.
Yeah, let
You
me know
ready?
when you're
Because we've covered a lot over here, and I know you got it on different pages.
And if he repeats anything, do we does he get? He
No,
loses
no.
a second
No,
next week.
Well, we'll critique it
Uses all
almost
of
like
his
the
time.
refs after an NFL game. They get critiqued. We'll either take more time or add more time.
Okay.
So right now he's doing better. He's did great in his first
His debut.
his debut.
His
So
inaugural.
There's actually a lot of pressure now because he did such a good job.
So you're saying if he does good forever, like he can have like an hour-long segment, is what you're saying? Years down the line, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
So
his own channel.
we're starting. You ready? Let me know when you're ready.
You flip the pages.
Yeah, I think
See where I wanna go.
I think he's getting
Yeah,
ready.
yeah, I'm
Okay.
ready.
All
Let's
right,
kick it off.
ready, set, go.
Okay, there was a Game Boy Advance version. Came out December 16th, 2003. It was going to the Dreamcast version, but they canceled the Dreamcast in 2001. And the Game Boy Advance has an isometric perspective compared to the other games. And in its debut month, sales reached roughly 82,000 copies.
That's it.
And let's thank you, Rich, for
82.
16
82
seconds.
was
of
all I
He
heard.
fame.
made 82 sales.
So do you think there's a Dreamcast copy, like a rough copy out there?
Probably like on a computer
That'd
somewhere.
be really
Could you hear
yeah,
me? I was in front of the mic.
No, that was
Yeah,
good.
we heard you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be awesome. Try to get that.
Well, one thing to pivot off of his last point he was making is, well, the sales sounded good over the course of till now, but it was critically hailed, but it was commercially
Yeah.
a failure.
It made Remedy almost go bankrupt.
Which if the movie, which don't watch, but the movie was critically a failure, but it actually made a lot of money. So
Well,
it was
Mark-
absolutely a reverse.
Was it Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah, no, Mark Wahlberg in a
Mila Kunis?
yeah,
That's Ted. Sorry, wrong
yeah,
movie.
basically.
No, it's
Not
her.
even.
Is she really in there?
Is she? Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's her.
I was
Yeah,
kidding.
she's Mona Sachs.
Which looks nothing like Mona Sachs.
Oh,
He looks
man.
nothing like Max Payne.
Yeah,
I don't know what the hell.
he
they
had,
were
he had the
thinking.
leather jacket.
Well,
pretty
you know,
much.
it made 56 million in
Oh,
revenue
it's
in
good.
2006.
2006.
You're talking about the movie we're talking about, right?
No, that's what I have here.
Yeah, that's not a lot.
I'm just saying,
I
1.6
have
million
no idea.
copies and
Oh,
56
the
million
game,
in
the
revenue
game.
by 2006.
Oh, by
I'm
By
not talking about the
2006.
I'm not talking about the movie.
The game came out in
By 2006.
2001, 2002.
So
The other thing I
Yeah.
want to mention, you didn't mention, is that the white dot that's on the screen because it was a PC game.
yeah,
that's
that was
why it started inverted because it was originally
Exactly.
a PC game.
yeah, that was actually irritating.
Yeah.
I
When you
didn't.
play
I
with
didn't.
a mouse, it's
just because
just
I don't.
different.
I don't even think I noticed.
I didn't even
Yeah.
notice it. Yeah.
We're used to playing Siege though.
I got that high res.
I really,
You
yeah,
know,
I'm
so-
actually dumbfounded. I'm gonna put it back in and see if I see a white dot.
Just
Might
the
have
white
ruined the whole
dot.
game.
Tiny little white dot in the middle of the
Didn't
screen.
even notice that.
My favorite part of the game, nobody asked, but I'll tell you anyway, is
That should have been in your 16
is
seconds.
actually the baby. Where you got
The baby?
Yeah, you're walking down that line, the baby's crying. and
What do you mean?
crying.
That's the worst part of the
I
game.
know.
That's why he's saying it.
Oh,
Yeah.
He's
okay.
trolling us.
when
He's
you're getting
not-
trolled by your own producer,
Yeah.
that's bad. Okay, so
Yeah, I
what
think
else you
we're
got?
at a point where we've kind of reviewed the game in full. I do have some more parts I want to add. Maybe I'll do that under if I think it's Smack certified, but I do want to see where we're at in regards to if the game is Smack certified.
Okay,
Before
so-
I get there,
Oh.
producer Rich, to you, what is it to be Smack certified? Was it qualified to be Smack certified?
What is it? What does it need?
So what is Smack certified?
Yeah.
It
To you,
means
what
that
does it mean?
It means that you believe the game is worth buying for the
Mhm.
price it is currently.
Okay.
It's a quality game, and each person has their own certification. So you don't have to have all four to agree. Each person either certifies it or not, which means Smack certified means they like it, and if it's not Smack certified, they don't. It's just that simple.
All right.
Yeah.
You got something to
So
add?
yeah, well, if we're throwing to you, we want to know
Oh, the Metacritic.
Metacritic score, and then what does it run for? Just give us what it runs for on Xbox and PS2. Nobody cares about anything else.
Okay.
PC players.
Metacritic.
Brad cares. Sorry.
On Metacritic, you got PC 89, PS2 80, Xbox 89, Game Boy 79. IGN 9.5 out of 10.
You can skip that one. How much does it run for?
And
I clearly wasn't. I thought he was saying prices. It's like, what in the world?
I have for
89.
PlayStation from 10 to 15, Xbox 12 to 16.
Okay, very good.
Wow.
And it is 11 and a half hour playtime.
And this is an interesting part where this is a game that we picked. It's rather old, but it is available digitally, which some of the games we picked in the past, if you can't get it physically, you can't play it. Like the GameCube games and stuff we were playing. So I think that's probably why the price on something like this is a little lower, because you can get it digitally. You didn't have the disc, and you went and bought it, in the Xbox marketplace. So I think that's probably maybe one of the reasons why it is fairly reasonably priced. But yeah, go for it.
All right. I was actually kicking to Jared. What do you think we stand in regards to SmackCertified for yourself?
Okay, so sound, good. Voice acting, amazing. Controls hold up pretty well. Gameplay, fun as hell.
Okay.
Starts off fun. And it's a wild ride all the way through.
Oh,
Wild. This guy's bringing it.
We'll say what, 15? Average about
15.
15?
15.
I paid $35 for this. This
Oh,
is Smack
my
certified.
goodness.
That was. I like he was very concise.
Yeah.
That was good.
I've
So
been
when you bought it
practicing in front of
digitally,
there.
did you pay 35?
No comment.
Okay. That's fair.
Actually, it was $15 on. But now I got to go on eBay and buy another copy because I can't have it.
Because you want the hard copy.
I can't have it just in case. It's just
It's going to
stupid.
bother you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's a legitimate question: when you got on eBay, did you ever open it to see if the disc was in it?
It wasn't off of eBay. I think we got it at a
That's
thrift
the
store.
original one you think you've had, no?
No, PS2 one.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure we got it at a thrift store, but sometimes you get other things. You're so excited that you don't look in all of them, and that's probably what happened.
It still might be in one of the other
You
consoles.
could also go to
I'll
Amazon.
check.
I got it for $8.
Oh, okay.
Free shipping. So
Oh.
Nice.
Wow.
I'm an eBay guy, but okay. Appreciate that.
just to let you know.
Was it
Just
$8
to let you know.
loose disc or the whole thing?
The whole thing.
Oh,
Dude, what a deal.
Sweet.
Swell deal.
All right, Rich, where do you stand in regards to SmackCertified?
So you know me, I'm
already know what you're gonna say.
I'm not going to smack certify something that I don't thoroughly enjoy.
Setting a low.
yeah.
The thing I liked about it was the bullet time was unique.
Yep.
The comic strip was really cool. It was easy to pick up and just go and get into the game rather quickly, and it's affordable. I really don't know, what else you can ask for. That being said, my eyes
Back
are
and
used
forth.
to really quality stuff nowadays, right?
Okay.
And so I'm gonna Smack certify it. It's
Wait.
Smack certified. It
There's
is.
a butt coming here.
But what I would like to see is this is a game that needs a remake.
They're remaking
with
it.
some really, really good. Well, break the news to me then, man.
I didn't
guys-
want to
oh,
spoil it for
sorry.
you guys, but okay.
Yeah, they are.
When they remake this is a full price $60 remake for me. I'll spend
70.
full
It's gonna be 70, bro.
70.
Xbox.
Series X is gonna be 70.
Yeah,
bro.
everything's
I'm gonna
70
say
starting
60
price.
until they send it because it is a remake. But a lot of the remakes they'll start them maybe around $30. I think what do you call it? The one you just talked about, Alan Wake. I think that was $40 when the remake got done.
Yeah, that's a remaster. We're talking about remake.
Yeah.
They're
Well,
full-on
remaster. Well,
remaking
I'm
it.
good with a remaster or a remake. Also, yeah, you got it at a thrift store. There's still price on the side.
That's not mine.
Oh, either way, Smack certified from me. Smack certified. Boom.
All right. And Brad, on to you.
All right. Well, I don't want to rehash anything that you guys already said. The game is fun. It's a game where if you've never played it, I guarantee just going through the intro alone and hearing his voice and the comic strips and the, I guess you would call the interlude of the, not the interlude, the prelude that leads into the story, you're going to want to investigate farther and play at
Investigate. Nice.
at $15. Like, what is not to like? Other than his face, kind of sucks. It's a great game. Smack certified. Boom. Done.
That's
Oh, okay.
You heard
3 out of 4.
Yeah.
And that leaves one of us left.
What do you think?
I mean, it's per my choices. Normally, it is pretty obvious. I'm not going to waste any more time talking about all the things I do like because I have a long list of them. I didn't like a couple things regarding sound. It did sound clunky. It sounded terrible. The movement was a little stiff. But I did buy this going into this week and 100% Smack certified for myself.
Nice.
It's definitely a game if I had to, I'd buy again, which I did.
I know we normally don't throw to producer Rich to see if he thinks it's Smack certified, but I do know
You just want to get it now.
I would love to get a no.
Yeah, I know.
But this is one of the few games I know for sure he's played all the way through, and he doesn't play a ton of games all the way through. So let's get your take on it. Producer Rich, what did you think about it?
Well, like Brad
hostile.
said, I don't want to rehash everything you guys said. I love this game. I remember, I'm not a huge fan of the Matrix, but it's like the Matrix type slowing time down in the bullet and everything. It was around that time. I never played a game like that before. It kept me interested all the way to the end, which is rare. 'Cause I get bored. 100%, 100% Smack certified.
First time we've ever had 5 for 5 Smack certified.
Yeah, and he doesn't really count.
Oh
Yeah.
okay.
But
I get
he
it.
literally has played this game all the way through,
Yeah.
and he doesn't do that a lot.
So I do have a little story about the game,
Yeah.
if you guys will indulge me.
I'm
So
sure I know what you're gonna
he
say.
actually was the first one to play it from all of us when we were kids, and he got really far. And there's a part where you have to like dive onto the subway to continue.
Yeah.
Well, he kept dying there. He finally made it, but he had like one painkiller left.
I get stuck in the elevator.
He would leave the elevator and kept dying. Well, I wanted to play the game, so I started a game. Didn't realize that I saved over his, and he was like, "You saved over my file." I grinded when he was at work all the way back and waited for him to come home from work, and I was like, "Come here, look it."
To the same
He goes
spot.
back in. He was in the elevator and had 8 painkillers.
Wow.
Which is full. When you have 8 painkillers, you're full. And I was just like, "Here."
So did he technically beat
So
it?
was
then?
that a story or a brag?
No, it's not a brag. It was like I was an idiot and I made up for
I
it.
think what that is he was like, "I'm sorry, Dada. I'm sorry, Dada."
Oh yeah, because if I didn't get him back to that point,
That
You were
belt-
dead.
Oh, you're done.
Yeah.
that belt would have been hanging.
Beautiful.
It would have been hanging on the door.
Oh man, no. So SmackCertified, I like it. Very, very fun. Good pick, and I like the theme of giving. Right.
Yeah,
This was
giving the pain.
giving the pain. So throw to
Yeah, I
Jared.
think
Jared,
Jared
your
has the game of the week.
I do.
Yeah.
So this is one of my favorite series. Is that a word? Series, whatever.
It is now from
Series,
Ray Jared.
whatever. Ever. Okay. There's multiple ones. There's some on PC. There's some on Xbox, and there's some on modern consoles. Okay.
Oh god.
One of my favorite all time. Anybody want to guess?
Well, can you give us the clue on how this fits into Thanksgiving?
So it's. I'm gonna
Season of
say
what?
season of giving revenge, which really makes no sense, but we're
fine.
just gonna go with it.
Okay.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay, so you basically have to take revenge on someone. You know what revenge means? I don't have to explain it.
Giving revenge. Giving revenge.
really makes sense.
I don't know, and I don't want to waste everyone's time.
Is that a flavor of Gatorade? No.
We'll let David take a gander first, or take a guess.
No, I want to.
I'll give you a
only
hint.
game
Go
I will
ahead.
say. Go ahead.
Another hint.
No, want
I
a hint.
dabble in this probably about every year or so.
Giving revenge.
Are you,
and
no.
he dabbles.
I'm gonna only because you in the last video you mentioned you were playing this. So I know I don't think it's this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. We're gonna play Morrowind.
Good guess. but
Elder
no.
Scrolls?
No.
Oh, okay.
Good guess.
I'm not gonna guess. I have no clue.
I'm just thinking, but I don't think it was on PC. I'm thinking Dead to Rights.
No, I was actually thinking that, but I know none of you guys have that. So
Okay.
my pick should be
Drum roll.
very easy for everybody is Fallout
Oh my
New
goodness,
Vegas.
that is absolutely great.
New Vegas. This is the Ultimate Edition. So I got all the DLC with this bad boy.
Nice.
Oh,
But the good thing is,
Is the game in?
it's on Game Pass. yeah, I know.
That's the game in there.
Let's do this on this one.
Nice.
It's on Game Pass.
He wasn't sure. He had a
So I know most likely you have it. I know you probably
I
Of
have
course I have it.
You have
I
it,
have it, yeah.
but you can get it on Game Pass anyways. That's why I decided to pick it. Now, this is something I dabble in, like I said, every
You-
year or
That's
two.
true.
It was a
I
good
don't know
hint.
why I didn't guess
That's a good
that.
hint.
I dabble in this all the time, and it's just starting over. Even though if you have to face the Castadors, we'll figure out later. You know what I'm talking about later. This game is one of my favorites.
We got a pile of Fallout stuff over
I'm
there, so
actually
it's pretty
interested to
obvious.
see because when I played it back, it was 5 years ago. I tried to go the direct path through the mountains where you
No,
have the
mistake.
super mutants
Mistake.
and the
Death
the
claws.
death claws. There we go. I'm gonna definitely try to do that first.
So
I'm just curious how I can do
I'm
it.
probably only going to dedicate about 3 to 4 hours
That's fine.
yet again. Will I get
Yes.
enough, or do I need to play longer than that? What do you
You're
think?
gonna dabble in 3 hours, like, dude, I'm gonna dabble like another 30.
Okay.
And you're
But I
gonna
just want to
find
make sure that I
you're
can
gonna
bring
send
my
Benjamin
fair
to the
share.
babysitter, whatever you're gonna do, so you can play this bad boy.
Okay.
Yeah, and this
Very
was obviously Bethesda, but done by Obsidian. Did you ever play that? Was it Outer Wilds?
Outer Worlds.
Outer Worlds. There was
yeah,
two of
there's
them.
both have the
Outer
same
one where
different-
you're in space. Well, you're in space in both of them. God, the games are confusing. Either way, I'll figure out which one it is. I'll put it on the screen. But they made that game as well. I believe they did make Knights of the Old Republic 2. Maybe the first one. But yeah, anyways, they make really good games. So
I'm excited.
Are you?
you should be.
I am.
You
I
never,
am.
you never
You
played.
may wet your pants.
Now, is there
from
anything
ex- from
specifically
half-
that you remember about the game that you?
I remember it's
you're looking
glitchy as
forward
heck.
to? Okay.
Glitchy as heck, but it's kind of part of the charm, you know. I remember your buddy Boone. It's a must to get Boone.
This
He
one
will
have,
save your life.
Does it have dog meat in it?
It does have a dog, but he's not dog
It's
meat.
not dog meat. It's supposed to be like dog meat's baby, I think.
So the thing is, it has a
Puppy
lot of
meat.
glitches. So if you look past that and play on survival mode,
He's already selling it on us,
Yeah.
guys.
Play
Let
on
us play.
survival.
Let
I
us
think
play.
he's already
Go
about
ahead.
to
Go
certify
play on,
it before we
sur-
start.
play on survival mode.
I shouldn't have asked. That's my fault.
Oh,
I
survival
blame me.
mode. Don't play on survival mode.
Right on. We got anything else?
Yeah.
I got nothing.
Nothing?
No.
That was a long pause for
Nothing.
I got
nothing.
Well, I'm excited. Good pick, Jared. And then after that, I got to pick something that's got to be Thanksgiving related.
Yep.
Not sure how I'm going to pull that
Not
one.
necessarily Thanksgiving. It's the
Well, I got to
season.
be. I got to be giving. something.
Yeah.
Season of
Yeah.
pain.
Season of giving pain.
Revenge.
Season of
Or
giving revenge.
seeking revenge. That's a good one.
I like it. So cool.
Wanna
Jared,
close up?
I think Jared.
No, I think Brad should do it.
I'm not doing it. Why would I do it?
Okay.
I
Go
don't
ahead,
want
Rich.
to. I don't want to do it.
Why don't we just end the video?
Just
We got
end
an
it.
outro.
Yeah. Just
Okay.
end it.
All right, bye guys.
Peace.
See ya.
Bye guys. Sup, dudes? If you like what you saw, hit the like, subscribe, and click that bell notification so that way you are alerted when a new video is uploaded. Thanks for watching.